Hi folks, you are welcome once again to my broadcast. In fact, I'm always happy to be with you during my broadcast, and I cherished your presence and attention as you watch this broadcast. In fact, it's a great honor to be your broadcaster in the TBC community. So friends, once again I say welcome to what I want to say is going to be a promising or interesting broadcast. Why? Because it's going to be as the former trend that is going through or going over the TBC admin's blog post, which I am going to read. So I chose an old blog post which I found very interesting, and in fact I'm going to say it is going to be one of the memorable broadcasts that I'm going to do for the TBC community. What is the title of the blog post that I'm referring to or I'm talking about? The title has it that TBC has doubled in value for the 30th time today. Videos, posters and article. Once again, TBC has doubled in value for the 30th time today. Videos, posters and article. So those of you, my viewers, who are familiar with this particular article or blog post knows what it contains. So without wasting time, I like to zoom straight into reading the blog post. Hello world, the billion coin. TBC has doubled in value for the 30th time today. Into bracket, videos, posters and article, bracket close. Is an article published by the TBC admin on November 30th, 2017. Almost a year as I do this broadcast, or it's been almost a year since this article was published or posted in the TBC website, that is blog.thebillioncoin.info. So as we said, it is a videos, posters and article. It started with a poster. Here's a picture of the poster I like to share with you. This is how it looks like. Okay, so you can see the TBC graph as it rises on the poster. It says this is the millionaire zone. Everyone that purchases 100 euros of TBC when the current price is below 100,000 euros will automatically become a millionaire when the price increases by 10,000 times. Over here, this is what I read. Okay, article is an old blog post. However, the content is worth reading because it's a memorable blog post. I read this blog post when it was posted, and I still remember the content. That is why I decided to do a video or a broadcast of it. So like I said, no wasting time. I have to carry on with the reading. So that's the poster I have shown. What follows was a video which no longer which is no longer available. So here it is. This video is no longer available. Good. Now the blog post or the article. TBC has doubled in value for the 30th time today, as predicted. That means we only have 10 more doubles left within the wealth creation phase of TBC. That will not go up. TBC will not go up in value forever. The cap on the wealth creation phase was set to be 1 billion euros per TBC coin on the day we launched. When we hit that cap, over 1 billion people on earth will be using TBC as liquid currency, and we will have developed a fully grown economy around it. That was paragraph 1. Paragraph 2. TBC has raised the question, what is money? Within the global internet community consciousness. So I take that again. TBC has raised the question, what is money within the global internet community's consciousness? Most people don't even bother asking that question because they think money is already a well-known concept. Yet the fates of every man, woman and child on earth are closely linked to their respective financial conditions. 99.99% of the people on earth are currently using one form of a fiat currency or another to live on, and for most to try and just survive as their current fate capitalized would have it. Try telling a small child that's starving to death that it's okay for them to just die because that's their fate due to the abject poverty of their family. Go ahead, tell that child it is okay for them to just die. As humans, we know better than the animals, the animal kingdom. Are we just animals? I think not. Collectively, humanity has within its reach the capacity to end poverty globally. So why haven't we done it already? Do you want to know the answer? Then watch this short video. So Okay, I'll make reference to the video when I have it. Now let's carry on with paragraph 3. Do you see what I see? Let's check on the video again. Probably my internet connection is failing, even though I'm not going to broadcast the video, but I want to be sure it is still existing when I direct you to this blog post. Okay, we shall get back to the video when we have it. Do you see what I see? That is in the video. The entire global financial system today is totally rigged to make the richest in the world even richer, while millions of people starve to death each year and billions of people live in abject poverty. Thus, the status quo, capitalized into quotes, unquote, my friends. Are you okay with that? I'm not. The status quo is built on a big fat lie. Everybody seems to already know that something called fiat currency is more or less printed out of thin air, even if they don't understand all of the complexity built into making that so. So, if that's the case, why haven't we just printed enough money with the purpose of eliminating poverty globally? I tell you why. Because the way they, into quotes, rigged the entire system prevents that solution to ever manifest into reality. That's why they, into quotes again, did all of this on purpose, capitalized. They, into quotes, fully expected the current results where they, into quotes, and some of their associates would get to one day hold 99% of all the money and wealth in the world to just themselves. If you want to know who they, into quotes, are and a complete description of how they, into quotes, rigged money, that is fiat currency, watch this whole video. So this another reference to another video. However, the previous one unfortunately says it is no longer, or the video is unavailable, but the one that was referenced to right now does exist. It says the biggest scam. Okay, so I'm going to show an introduction of the video. However, the link to this broadcast or this blog post that I'm reading will also help us in watching some of the videos if they are available on YouTube. I don't think this video will also load for me, but it loaded earlier when I was going through. This is it.
You are about to learn one of the biggest secrets in the history of the world. It's a secret that has huge effects for everyone who lives on this planet. Most people can feel deep down that something isn't quite right with the world economy, but few know what it is. Gone are the days where a family can survive on just one
Okay,
paycheck.
so
Every
this
day it
video
seems things are more and
is
more
still
unpredictable,
available
yet only 1 in a million understand
in the
why.
blog post, so you can watch,
You are
or
about
we
to
can watch
discover
later,
the system that is ultimately responsible for most of the
so
inequality
that
in
I
our
can
world
carry on
today.
with my
The powers
broadcast.
that be do not want you to know about this, as this
Okay, great. So let me carry on with the reading. Paragraph 4. Was that video an eye-opener for you? To support the status quo means you accept this current financial reality globally. Is this just too big to change it? I would firmly say no. It's definitely not too big to change it. In fact, by design, it is meant to collapse someday anyway. Someday is much sooner than you might be ready to believe how close we are to a complete financial meltdown globally. The collapse has already happened in countries like Greece, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. Look at what is happening there, and you can see what could eventually happen to your country too. The wealthy global elite have a plan for you when this collapses globally, and they call it order out of chaos. Unquote. Research that is order out of chaos. Research that when you buy into the status quo, that is what you are buying. Doesn't seem like we have much time to come up with an alternative solution to prevent the whole world from going into complete chaos, does it? When you look at the big picture of what's going on and factor everything into it, you may find yourself perplexed by it all. Paragraph 5. To me, this is the part that I remember from reading the blog post back then. Paragraph 5. To me, all of this reminds me of the big truck that got stuck in a tunnel that was too small for it. The authorities brought into the situation a handful of experts, into quote, and engineers to solve the problem. They were all scratching their heads and perplexed on how to get that big truck unstuck in the tunnel. Then a little 5-year-old girl happens to be there while they were all, as the experts, as the experts, scratching their heads, and she asks, why don't you just let the air out of the tires and then pull the truck out? Wow! The solution was much simpler than what they thought it would be, right? Paragraph 6. TBC is kind of like that sort of solution. Instead of trying to convince all the world experts into quotes to all come together in a consensus on replacing the current financial system with one that truly values human life, why don't we, the people, grow our own economy based on the truth of abundance? Naturally, the cryptocurrency technology is the easiest way to create money for the people. Open source code allows for innovation. TBC was born. Why reinvent the wheel? Bitcoin is already the leading cryptocurrency. Why not just support that? Paragraph 7. Did you see what happened to Bitcoin yesterday? So, another poster about Bitcoin in the blog right there. I like to show or share with you. Good. So, the reading continues. Yesterday, Bitcoin started by continuing to drift along just below $10,000. Then it broke through $10,000 and went up to 10,750 in just a couple of hours. Then within minutes, it dropped down to $10,006. Then several hours later, it went all the way up to an all-time high of $11,395. Then in just an hour, it dropped to 9,500. An hour later, it goes to 11,008. Then a couple of hours later, it drops all the way to $9,250,000. A couple hours later, it goes to $10,354. Then an hour later, goes to $9,528. Then it goes to $10,624 a few hours later. 2 hours later, it goes to $9,915. An hour later, it's back up to $10,304, and at the end of this chart, it's back down to $9,694. Paragraph 8. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it must be a duck. The behavior of the Bitcoin price is exactly like everything else we see in the status quo. The Bitcoin market could care less about the poor. The elite have bought into Bitcoin, and they fully intend to completely control it as they wish. Personally, I do appreciate Bitcoin as a pathfinder, but it won't end poverty because its value is not attached to humankind. It's just a beast in the markets into goods. Yes, another video that follow. So, like we said from the beginning, this blog post is made up of videos, posters, and article. So we've seen a couple of videos and posters already. So here's one about Bitcoin. Okay, For the purpose of time, I'm not going to show, but I'll make the reference to this blog post in my YouTube video description or broadcast description. Good. So paragraph 9 then. TBC is attached to humankind. TBC values each human life by hundreds of millions of euros each. The wealth creation phase rewards people the earlier they purchase TBC coins, and the price is designed to only go up during this phase. Our proof of value is directly linked to the number of verified members. TBC acknowledges the truth about abundance. All of the economic theory you hear about today is all based on the lie regarding artificial scarcity. How can you ever prove a theory to be true if that theory rests upon a big fat lie? Are you concerned that TBC would manufacture massive inflation? Why? Don't you realize how much abundance TBC will unlock once it fully matures? TBC will allow every able-bodied person the opportunity to work. People in abject poverty don't work, they just survive. Job opportunities are closed off to them. The rigged system doesn't allow them to work. The problem with this rigged system we have today is it makes everyone outside the classes, into quotes, start small and take big risk to get ahead. Try starting a business, then try to get a loan from the bank to build that business and hire more people. Good luck with that. Few find their way in that maze, and though the obstacle course of fiery hoops you have to jump through, I will take that again. Few find their way in that maze, and through the obstacle course of fiery hoops you have to jump through. Most people on earth live in a, into quote, poor country, and it's even worse for them. But if you allow people to acquire huge wealth quickly, they will find a way to expand the amount of commodities in the world. Abundance for the masses will not create inflation. The rigged system of closed doors and repetitive no's coming from the banks about getting loans is the true source of inflation. If you haven't watched our introductory video on TBC, you should. It's an eye-opener. So another video has been introduced. This is our TBC introductory video, about 25 minutes in length. Okay, so I'm not going to show that video as well. Now let's continue with the article. Paragraph 10 then. TBC is a simple solution to the whole financial system. It's just as simple as the idea of letting the air out of those tires. Since our faith, capitalized, is so closely linked to our personal financial situation, we really do need a solution that works fast. Human lives literally hang in the balance. Do you even realize that the status quo, into quote, actually value robots more than it values human life? A robot recently even gained citizenship. Can you believe that? Here's the video about the robot Sophia, who got Saudi citizenship. This is a short video, less than 4 minutes. Less than 5 seconds, I should think so. So the video again, that's Sophia the robot, a Saudi citizen. Okay, I don't think the video will show by due to my internet connection. Okay, so let's go ahead with the reading. 11. So go ahead and make a choice. It's easy to support the status quo, into quote. You don't have to do anything at all. Just stay the same. Super easy. I know some of you are just not open to new ideas like TBC. That's okay. Some will even fight TBC. That's okay too. There is no ill will coming from us against you and your personal choice to stay and do whatever you want, as long as it is non-violent. Words are words, and ideas need to compete to gain strength. Your resistance towards us only fires us up the more. TBC has already achieved proof of concept. Millions of real people have signed up with us, even if some still have their doubts. If we can join 1 million members, we will certainly join 1 billion members. We will get the tech side of TBC up to par soon, and then we will grow quickly to 1 billion members in an exponential fashion. That's how we got to where we are, and that's how we will get to where we are going. Each day does in fact matter to us here in our TBC community, because the sooner we get to 1 billion members, the sooner we will end poverty globally. We will end poverty globally, capitalized. So choose. Is either, into quote, status quo or TBC. 12. And the final paragraph. If you don't believe TBC is already working to lift people, try and convince Derek Imbe of that. He just now purchased beachfront property with 100% TBC legally. So it comes with a video of Derek Imbe buying that beachfront property with full TBC, which you can watch later. For the purposes of my time, I would like to end the broadcast with the end of this blog post. Cherished listeners and viewers, I thank you once again for watching this broadcast, which is my TBC broadcast number 14. So it is broadcast number 14, TBC broadcast number 14. We should take note of it, which I just did, and I thank you for hanging around to watch the full length of the broadcast. So I like to say bye bye for now. See you again next time.